All right, Shalom. Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give our praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakai, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, brothers, pushing this truth and sincerity all over the earth. And as the sun is getting ready to set, we're coming into the Passover. And just want to have a few words. Been watching a lot of brothers' lessons, videos. I just got a quick thing to say. And as we're coming into the solemn assembly that we are in, known as the Passover, this is a very serious time because of what was going on during this time when we was in Egypt. And the Lord was getting ready to smite the firstborn and pronounce judgment and plagues and all these things on the Egyptians for having us in a captivity. It's not letting us go, for Pharaoh not letting us out. And is signaling, is the word I want to use, the judgments as well that's getting ready to take place on this side. And so the Lord can have mercy on us and pass over us as well. That's the whole point, is for the judgments to be passed over us. And we're seen without blame. You see, and that we'll be able to make it and be protected in the times to come. Because there's a lot of things that are going to happen in the world with these laws, saying, especially coming to the scriptures in Canada, that one that prime minister or whoever it was saying that you can't, it's not officially passed, but they were saying that you can't do public praying and all stuff like that. And then another video came out. It's a law passed already in the States. It's Georgia and California, I believe, where you can't go to certain scriptures and speak against the damn you know who it is, the small hatters. You can't say nothing against them. You can't speak about them. You can't bring in certain scriptures and say certain things about that. So we can see slowly how the stage is being set, how the famine of the word is getting ready to take place and take forth. And the famine of the word and all other prophecies. I've seen in this video they got to do where I think it was from a Russian government or the American government about some strikes that's been happening. And you see war is brewing up. The demonization, the persecution of the scriptures and the people that teaches it is coming. And all these times, all this stuff is starting to slowly ramp up, man. I just made a video not too long ago about a lady with IUIC, which they shouldn't have been there. But the lady talking about they were there with guns and all type of stuff. And, people take these things and run with it. But however, this is very serious times, and we hope that the Lord can, when the judgments start happening, can pass over us as well. Because we're living in some very serious times that we're getting ready to come into, where it's going to be death, it's going to be famine, it's going to be pestilence, it's going to be a lot of things that's going on, and we want to be protected under the Lord, man. And we want to, and we show that we believe in the word. We show that we believe in this truth, because your faith requires action, and we do show that by doing the things that's required, by stop eating certain things, stop doing certain acts, and start to rehearse the righteous acts. We don't do the birthdays, holidays, Christmas, anything, man, because it's all wicked. And that goes to show the faith, because your faith, you need to show faith. You can't just say I have faith, but you don't have no works behind it. And that's what part of this is. You got to show the works. You got to show that you believe. And so I'm going to get some scriptures. It's not going to be super long. I got like three or four scriptures I want to go into, and that's going to be that. And the first one's going to be in Exodus. We're going to start at 11. And it says, the death of the firstborn foretold. So this is Exodus 11 and verse 1, and it reads, and the Lord said unto Moses, it says, yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterward, he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus saith the Lord, about midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beast. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall it be like it any more. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against man or beast, that ye may know how the Lord doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And all thy servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee, and after that I will go out. And he went from Pharaoh in a great anger. Do you see? And that was, imagine the time that was happening when the Lord was doing the Passover, when the Passover was being done in Egypt. You can imagine all the horde that was going down, man. The Israelites getting ready to eating the Passover in haste. That's why you eat it in haste. And then you have the bitter herb. It's supposed to remind you of the bitterness of captivity and the bitterness of these things. And you're supposed to eat it in haste. It's not you sit there, get about 5 plates. You're not supposed to do that, man. You see, you eat it in haste, put your shoes on your feet. Like I said, staff in the hand if you got one, But that's what I'm saying. Or that's what the scripture is saying. This is very serious. Let's keep going. It says, And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months, and shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. I'm gonna jump down. I'm not gonna read this whole thing. You're gonna jump down to verse 7. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts, and on the upper doorpost of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat of it not raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roasted with fire. His head with his legs and with his putenance thereof. And thus, I'm going to jump down to 11. It says, And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, and your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye should eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And this is why this thing is very serious, because we want the Lord to cover us as well. When all these plagues and all this destruction starts to happen, we want the Lord to pass over us, man. So that's all I want to read from the Passover, which we know brings in the unleavened bread, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and all those things. So I'm going to get to the next scripture. Like I said, I don't want to make it super long. So we're going to go to Judges now, Judges 5 and verse 11, because we're here rehearsing the righteous act. We're not going to get it perfect, because we're supposed to, we get the lamb. We don't have farms. we don't know what they're doing with these lambs, man. We don't know if it had blemish or not. We don't know if it's the first male. We don't know these things about the lamb. We just go to the store and we get it, and we do what we can do, man. You see? But that's what the scriptures say, though, because we're in captivity. We're not going to be able to do everything right in captivity. You're not going to be able to keep all the laws perfectly. But that's for the kingdom. We're in our perfect bodies, perfect mind, our perfect mind, perfect bodies and perfect mind. This is Judges 5:11. It says, they that are delivered from the noise of the archers, which is what the missiles meant. It says, and in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. Do you see? There they shall rehearse the righteous acts. When you rehearse something, you don't get it perfect, but you're getting in that spirit. You're doing the things to understand, and you're rehearsing them. Do you see? And that's what we're doing. We're rehearsing the righteous acts. So we're not going to get everything perfect, because now is not the time for that. But it's the time to show faith, and your faith requires action. And when you do these things, the Lord sees everything, man. The Lord knows everybody's situation. The Lord knows what you're doing and what you're not doing. And you're doing it in truth and sincerity. The Lord knows these things, man. See, the thing is, as long as you're trying, you're putting in an effort. And for the newer people, like it's always been said, you don't really partake in it, because you really have to understand, if you're going to do the Passover, you have to do the full thing, man. Like, this is like, you have to believe. You see, you're not supposed to eat. I got to get that. It's 1 Corinthians. Let's actually get that first. 1 Corinthians and verse 11. Let's get that first. Bear with me. I wasn't planning on getting that, but let's get that real quick. 1 Corinthians 11. And it is 1 Corinthians 11. We're going to start at 23. This is 1 Corinthians 11 and verse 23. It says, for I have received of the Lord that which is also I delivered unto you, that the Lord Yahushua, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread, and when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, take, eat, this is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me. You see, that's what we're doing here. It says, after the same manner, also he took the cup when he had supped, saying, this cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye as oft as ye drink it in remembrance of me. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and the blood of the Lord. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of the bread and drink of the cup. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body. You see, so you don't want to be drinking and doing stuff unworthily. You have to be fully persuaded, like the scripture says. You have to be fully persuaded in your own mind. You see, you have to be fully persuaded in your own mind. So if you don't even understand you really an Israelite yet, you're not fully convinced about the scripture, you shouldn't really be partaking in the Passover. But say even you are new and you know you're Israelite, you know these things, you still take things slow, man. The Lord knows your position. The Lord knows your heart. The Lord knows these things. But also what I want to do is get two more things, just because we want the Lord to pass over us, because times that we're going to live in is going to be very scary. This is Daniel 12 and verse 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book of life. You see? And at that time, like I said, when the time of trouble happens, that's going to be the same exact time where the people are going to be delivered. You see? And it's going to be, like it says in Daniel, and it says also in Matthew, a time like never before is getting ready to take place on the earth. And you're going to need the angels. You're going to need the Lord. You're going to need Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to have protection over you, because because we don't know what it's going to be like. We can't sit here and we can't really describe it because it's never been taking place before. But just think about all the other stuff that's happened, the calamities and the hail and the chaos that's happened in the earth in the past. All that stuff is not going to match it because the earth has never seen what's going to happen. Just like it just said in Exodus, at that time, Egypt has never seen something like that that was getting ready to take place. And you could just imagine what was going on. People were probably screaming. Animals were probably going crazy. People were screaming, hollering, and doing all type of thing. And the Israelites was safe while the Lord was executing judgment on the heathen, man. And just like how it's getting ready, it's the same. It's gonna be the same thing happen now, man. And we just hope that the Lord passes over us. You see, that's what we hope and that's what we pray for, because the times to come, if you make it out of here, or all the situations that you get into, it's not gonna be of you. It's gonna be of the Lord. And if you get out of a situation, who knows what situation is going to arise to us? But if you get delivered from those situations, we know that what's going to happen is of the Lord. You see? So that's pretty much it. And also, let me get one more, actually. Let's get Psalms. And that's going to be that. Psalms 91. I'm gonna start at verse 1, and then it's gonna be this. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say, the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress. My power, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. You see, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His trust shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, and the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. The name is important. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. See, I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. You see, it's a great it's a great chapter right there, man. But the point that I wanted in there says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. You're going to be seeing a lot of death, destructions, pestilence, disease, killings, murder, robbing, raping. You're going to be around all that stuff, but all that stuff's not going to touch you, man. That's where you have to put that trust and faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. That's going to be able to keep you safe, keep you quiet from the fear. Even that's why you pray for these things, that you're worthy to escape. There's the destruction and all these things that's getting ready to draw to this place, because you're going to need that protection and the Lord to pass that judgment over you, man. Just like how it was in Egypt, because we're in Egypt over again. Like it says in Revelations, it says spiritual Sodom in Egypt. So with that, hope it was edifying, man. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakah, Kodash. And that's pretty much it. I'll catch you guys in another lesson, Lord willing. Shalom.